In this compound and building lie important symbols in our country's history.
On the lawns of the Parliament buildings, to the northeastern end of the compound, stands a statue of Hubert Nathaniel Crayola. Crayola is known as the father of the trade union movement in the Commonwealth Caribbean. He was born in Georgetown, British Guyana, in 1894. As a teenager, he worked on the docks in Georgetown. At the age of 20, he began his struggle for the rights of waterfront workers. In 1917, he founded the first official trade union organization in the Caribbean, the British Guyana Labour Union. This bronze monument, carved by Edward Burrows, was unveiled on December 2, 1964, by the then Premier of British Guyana, Dr. Cheddi Jagan. At the base of the monument lies a marble plaque which reads, Hubert Nathaniel Crayola, father of the trade union movement of the Commonwealth of Nations. Born 1894, died 1958. Also engraved on the plaque are the Latin words which, when translated, read, He has built a monument more lasting than bronze.
Also in the compound of the Parliament buildings stand 4 military cannons, 2 on the lawns to the front of the fence, and 1 each on the left and right sides of the foyer entering the building.
The 2 cannons on the lawns of the compound are Russian cannons, each with a System Van Glove carriage, impressively mounted on a base of boulder and stonework. Designed by a Scot and cast at the Alexandrovsky factory during 1825 to 1827. These cannons were captured from Sebastopol in 1855. They were presented to the colony of British Guyana on the 10th of May, 1859. The occasion was a civil ceremony in recognition of the contribution of over $20,000 to the Patriotic Fund for the Relief of Widows and Orphans of the soldiers killed during the Crimean War. The other 2 cannons at the main entrance of the building represent an era nearly a century later. These are 8-inch German trench mortars, manufactured in the early 19th century in Germany and used during the First World War. These were taken by the British as trophies of World War I, 1914 to 1918, and presented to British Guyana.
This 2-storied brick building features a low dome, two wings, and a portico. On the ground floor, along the eastern and western wings, are some of the offices and departments which relate directly to the day-to-day functioning of the National Assembly. At the far end of the western wing on the ground floor is the Parliamentary Library. In this library you can find tons of information on Guyana dating back to colonial times. Let's take a look inside.
Displayed on the walls in this library are pictures and documents highlighting important points in our history. Like this message of appreciation sent to the people of British Guyana from the British House of Commons, dated 26 October AD 1950. From the year 1966, here is the independence message, complete with royal seal, sent from Her Majesty the Queen of England. This message was read by the Speaker of the House, Mr. E.V. Vipre. The occasion was the opening of the first Parliament of Guyana. Also kept here is the first mace, which was used for the first time on the 10th of September 1957. The library is open to the general public during normal working hours. Anyone, once properly attired, can visit to do research. The world of information is also at your fingertips with our pool of internet-ready computers. A service provided free of cost.
Now come this way. Along the eastern wing is the Hansard Department. This department is responsible for the documentation of all speeches, questions and answers, and statements made during sittings of the National Assembly and the meetings of the parliamentary committees. To the far end of this wing are the committees division and a special room where parliamentary committees meet for discussions. On the arch above the entrance to the stairway leading to the first floor is engraved the year in which this building was constructed. The year was 1832. It was not until the 5th of August 1843 that it was officially handed over to the British colonial legislature. Another committee room is located to the right of the stairway leading to the first floor of the public buildings. The first floor of the public buildings. Let's head down to the western wing. Here you will find various departments of the Parliament Office. To the far end of this wing is the office of the Clerk of the National Assembly, Mr. Sherlock Isaacs. The Office of the Deputy Clerk of the National Assembly, Ms. Lalauti Kunja. The clerk, assisted by the deputy clerk, is responsible for the day-to-day operations of the Parliament office. On the eastern wing is a room where parliamentary committee meetings are held and refreshments are served to members during a suspension or break of a sitting of the National Assembly. Closer to the chamber is a lobby. This area is used by members of Parliament in the event that they need to discuss matters privately and make telephone calls. This wing also houses the office of the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Honorable Raphael G.C. Trotman,